All right, today we're going to be reviewing That's It, right? That's It is the name of the product. It's 1 apple plus 10 cherries. This is a fruit bar product, so many of you, with travel, and I've had this question come up a number of times. What can I do, if I'm a type 1 diabetic, if I need to get my sugar up without actually eating just a ton of processed sugar? And so here we are, we're reviewing this particular bar. Let's give it a go. Okay, here we go. As promised. This one again, it's 1 apple, 10 cherries. Tastes like an apple with cherries, very much so. I mean, one of my favorites is apple butter with cherry in it. There's a company that makes a good apple cherry butter, and this kind of reminds me of that. But very, very solid as far as its taste is concerned. The only ingredients in this product are apples and cherries. That's it. So there's no additives. There's no added sugars. There's none of the concentrated stuff that's added to this. And also no preservatives. So those are all good things. I would say this product would be better if it had organic apples and organic cherries, but it is labeled non-GMO, so that's going to save us from any kind of genetically modified pesticide. But would be better if it did absolutely have organic ingredients, organic apples and cherries instead. Now, if we look at and evaluate this from a nutrition facts perspective, there's 100 calories in this bar. So 100 calories, and you get there's 0 fat, there's 0 protein, and so this thing is really there's 1 gram of protein. Sorry, let me back that up. 1 gram of protein, and then 26 grams of carbohydrates, 3 of that 26 being dietary fiber, the rest being, the fruit sugar itself, just the natural fruit sugar, so 22 grams. So if you're trying to keep your carbohydrates under better control, this might not be the diet or the bar for you to carry around. But where I could see this maybe going well would be if you had like some beef jerky, and you mix the two together, and this way you'd get a little diversity amongst your macronutrients. But this is not something that I would personally eat by itself because of the high sugar content, unless you want that sugar hit. And it's not something that I would make a staple. I might, again, this is, to me, it would look like it'd be great travel food. But because of the high carbohydrate level, unless you balance that out with some protein, you can run into trouble, because these things, I could see where this could go down real easy, especially for kids, if you're looking for snack ideas for kids. And I could see where if these were in the house, the little hands would be reaching in that box, and before you know it, that box would be empty in a day, and your kid would be all sugared up. And even though it's apples and cherries, which is infinitely better than processed sugars, kids can still overdo the carbohydrates as well. But overall, this gets a green check for simplistic ingredients. It gets a green check for being gluten-free, and loses a few points for not being organic, and loses a few points for not having more balance in terms of macronutrients, carbs, fats, and proteins. This is predominantly carbohydrate, but overall a good tasting bar.